Distinguished participants and ladies and gentlemen, good morning to you all and Happy New Year. First of all, I'd like to express my deepest congratulations on holding this very meaningful and timely seminar to promote trade and investment opportunities between the Republic of Korea and Bangladesh. I'm very honored and pleased to speak for this very significant occasion. In particular, I'd like to express my sincere appreciation to Her Excellency Ambassador Abida Islam and Mr. Abdur Rahim, Joint Secretary of the Bangladesh Ministry of Commerce, Director General Chun Yoonjong of Korean Ministry of Trade, Industry and Energy, and Chairman Hong Kang-hee of Korean Importers Association for initiating today's event. My thanks also go to the government officials and businessmen from both countries for being with us today. Distinguished participants, this year marks the 48th anniversary of diplomatic ties between Korea and Bangladesh. Also, this year, Korea is celebrating 30th anniversary of its admission to the United Nations, while Bangladesh is celebrating its 50th anniversary of independence. For the past 5 decades, our bilateral relations have significantly advanced in every field of cooperation. Most notable is the area of investment. According to the statistics of Bangladesh Bank, Korea is the 5th largest investor to Bangladesh in terms of accumulated investment volume as of 2020. Korea is the first and largest investor in Bangladesh's RMG sector, which now occupies lion's share of Bangladesh economy and export industry. Korea has been a long-standing and faithful partner in Bangladesh's socio-economic development. In terms of development of cooperation, Bangladesh is one of the priority partner countries of Korea, being the second largest recipient of the EDCF, Korea's concessional loan, and the 6th largest recipient of Korea's grant aid. In the area of people-to-people exchanges, there are approximately 10,000 Bangladeshi EPS workers in Korea, and the size of their wage remittance back home ranked 12th among host countries last year. Moreover, around 1,500 Bangladesh students are studying in Korea, and many more are seeking quality postgraduate education in Korea. In the development of our bilateral ties, business sector has played a crucial role. Youngwon, the largest Korean RMG investor, and its KPZ have been symbols of our bilateral ties. In a sense, Korea-Bangladesh commercial cooperation has long been occupied or dominated by RMG sector. However, recently, there has been noticeable changes in our commercial relations as we witness that a growing number of Korean companies are participating in infrastructure projects of Bangladesh. From Hyundai ENC's Bangabandhu Bridge construction in 1998 to the ongoing construction of Terminal 3 of Dhaka International Airport by Samsung Corporation, Korean infrastructure companies are becoming increasingly visible in Bangladesh. In recent years, the Korean and Bangladesh governments are making joint efforts to expand the participation of Korean companies in Bangladesh infrastructure projects through PPP and G2G platform. It is also very encouraging that in recent years, large Korean corporations such as Samsung, LG, Hyundai are expanding their activities in Bangladesh in various sectors, going beyond conventional RMG sector, where small and medium-sized companies were the main players. 3 years ago, Samsung Electronics started assembling refrigerators through its partnership with local company, Fair Group. And now, Samsung mobile phones, TVs, and washing machines are being assembled locally with air conditioners in the pipeline this year. Fair Group is also constructing an assembly plant for Hyundai automobiles in a high-tech park of Bangladesh. And next year, Hyundai automobiles will be assembled and produced locally. Distinguished guests and ladies and gentlemen, the future of our bilateral relations is very bright. More than anything else, there is a strong interest and will between the governments, companies, and people of Korea and Bangladesh for deepening our bilateral ties. Moreover, both countries are showing very strong economic resilience amid the unprecedented corona pandemic. Bangladesh has recorded an impressive economic growth rate of above 6% for more than 10 years before COVID-19. And even in the middle of the pandemic, Bangladesh achieved the highest economic growth rate in Asia. It is very encouraging that Bangladesh is successfully coping with COVID-19, even in a very challenging circumstances. And I am sure that this would further increase our potential for cooperation for the future. Also, Bangladesh is set to graduate from the LDC in 2024 as scheduled and join the developed countries by 2041. It is worth to note that Bangladesh's economy, which is currently the world's 41st, is expected to be the 28th in 2030 and the 25th in 2035. Meanwhile, I'd like to stress that the trade between the two countries is far below its potential. The bilateral trade volume has been at a standstill for more than 5 years. Some point out the trade imbalance between the two countries. But I'd like to remind you that Korea's exports to Bangladesh have been on the decline for the past 5 years, whereas Bangladesh's exports to Korea are showing a slight increase every year. I do hope that through today's seminar, we could share various ideas to untap trade potential between our two countries so that we could see substantial increase in our trade volume in the coming years. More importantly, I believe that we should put our head together to review the possible effect of Bangladesh's LDC graduation to our bilateral trade and investment and come up with creative measures to minimize its adverse impact. In closing, again, I do wish today's seminar provide a valuable opportunity not only to reaffirm the will of our two countries to enhance cooperation, in particular in the field of trade and investment, but also to discuss concrete measures to further deepen and strengthen our partnership. I wish you all the success in today's discussions. Thank you very much.